Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury says this about his rival Anthony Joshua. He says Anthony Joshua must beat me and Deontay Wilder to become the best heavyweight of this era. Tyson Fury says Anthony Joshua must defeat him and Deontay Wilder to be considered one of the best. Fury and Joshua, of course, are expected to collide in a title unification bout sometime this year. All that stands in the way is securing the location, which has been agreed upon. While it's easier said than done, Matchroom Boxing's Eddie Hearn has insisted that the bout is close to being finalized. Okay. And this is what this is what Fury told Michelle Joyce Phelps on Behind the Scenes. He says, when I win, I am the best of this era because I beat everyone in it. Klitschko, Wilder, and AJ. If AJ wins, he will not still have beaten anybody. He has to beat me and Wilder. I don't think he can beat Deontay Wilder. I have no love for Wilder. I think he is a piece of shit, a dosser, but I am the only man who can beat him. I am not a betting man, but I would put a lot of money on Wilder beating all the others, including Joshua. Those are the words of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Okay. As requested, guys, here's the counterpunch for this. I read this maybe 4 days ago, but here it is. Okay. I think Tyson Fury has pretty much created his own job for himself as being a champion. For one, he must defend the belt by beating Anthony Joshua. That would be the first time he's ever done that. Two, there's more people in the division besides himself, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder. If that was the case, the division would be pretty piss poor. You have other people in that division that Tyson Fury hasn't even fought and never fought. Okay, you forget Tyson Fury's been dropped by quite a few people. Wilder, Chisora, I know another gentleman. I can't remember his name right now. But they've all knocked down Tyson Fury. Okay, so Tyson Fury can hit the deck. But Tyson Fury, when he did beat Klitschko, he did nothing else but beat Klitschko. We have to remember that. He didn't defend the titles when he had them, any of them, regardless if they were going to be stripped or not or otherwise. He didn't challenge any of those guys when he had the throne. It's just like, hey, I won the throne, now let me step down due to whatever. Okay, but he did step down by default. Make no mistake about it. This isn't like a guy, like Wilder, your king is still here. No, he got stripped. He went through a whole lot of shenanigans and a whole lot of drama. Okay, with nandrolone levels in his body and, farmers and all this type of stuff. Then reoccurring farmer returns, right? Him and his cousin. So he wasn't by himself. So I think he and his family had something going on, right? 5 years ago. Make that 6 now, right? And that was that. Okay, so as far as him saying that Anthony Joshua must fight Deontay Wilder. So the truth is, now here's the thing. There is some truth to that. Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, they have unfinished business, no doubt about it. But if that's the case, like Tyson Fury says, he says, when I beat Anthony Joshua, I'll be considered the best. No, you won't. Because you have to beat everyone else. And I'm talking about Parker. I'm talking about White. I'm talking about Ruiz. I'm talking about Usyk. I'm talking about all those guys that he didn't fight. Rivas is in there because, Rivas is going to beat whoever's at Bridgerweight and he's going to get tired of it and he's going to come back to heavyweight. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Tyson Fury has to do that. So he pretty much answered his own question. or, or basically he said of what Anthony Joshua should do. Because the way he's responding to it is, oh, Anthony Joshua hasn't fought anyone. Okay, I get him and Parker are friends. I get that. But at the end of the day, Parker's still one of the top heavyweights. He's maybe 6 or 7, maybe. You have to fight Ruiz too. I don't care how much you buddy up with him at conferences and gatherings. You still have to fight the man. Okay. And if I'm Andy, that's a different video. But anyway, still, you have to fight that man though. You can't, he's not considered the best. Because who says Dillian White can beat Ruiz? Who says that Tyson Fury can beat White? Even if Ruiz beat White. So you guys have to understand, and those guys, that rivalry by itself, him and White, Fury and White, they have been sparring together too, and we've heard weird things about the sparring, and White said he knocked him down a couple times. Okay, so this happened before. You know what I mean? Just like he said Anthony Joshua beat him up. These things have happened. And now he says, oh, Anthony Joshua hasn't fought anyone. Let's talk about that for a minute. Really? Okay, he didn't fight Povetkin 3 years ago. Is that true or false? Yes, he knocked him out in round 7. Okay, he didn't fight the WBO champion undefeated at the time, Joseph Parker. Yes, again, a champion. Okay, so you got a former champion, Povetkin, then a champion, Joseph Parker. Then he knocked out Charles Martin, which was kind of considered one of the weak champions at the time. But yeah, he got him out of there too. Who else? Then it was Klitschko, a guy that he retired and you ran away from, basically. He didn't want that rematch. And that would have been a different Klitschko at the time. So if you guys want to argue that, hey, when Klitschko fought Anthony Joshua, he was old, fair play. Was he that damn old? Was he a couple years younger when Tyson Fury supposed to fought him? Yes. Okay, so there you go. And it wasn't Klitschko's fault that fight didn't happen. It was Tyson Fury. Okay, so those are 3 guys. Povetkin, Parker, Charles, Martin. Okay, so those 3 guys, that's 3 guys that Tyson Fury never fought. And who else does Tyson Fury have, honestly? Deontay Wilder. Oh, okay, another guy that hasn't fought anything. So it looks like Deontay Wilder fought anyone. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are pretty much in the same boat, and they thought that they could accommodate each other by fighting each other. It's much more than that. The heavyweight division was way more populated than that with fighters that they had to fight. Okay, so from Tyson Fury saying that, yeah, I would like to see Anthony Joshua fight Deontay Wilder, but his record by itself runs circles around Tyson Fury. And by that matter, so does Dillian White's. Okay, Dillian White's record is a lot better than Tyson Fury just because you got Klitschko and Wilder that don't mean anything. Klitschko is the best name on his record, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Deontay Wilder, you beat a guy that hadn't fought anyone else. His record was piss poor. He confirmed that. So if it made any sense, I think he should be saying this would make sense for Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury said if Deontay Wilder could be or wants to come back and be the best, he needs to beat me and Joshua. Right? He could say that. So I mean that because he hasn't fought anyone else. Now that makes sense. But anyone else doesn't mean you and another guy. That's only 2 guys. So to beat 2 guys, and it makes sense what Floyd Mayweather said. Well, if y'all guys only looked at me to fight Pacquiao and everything I did was shit. I mean, I just need to be one. I just need to fight and beat one guy to be considered the best. What the hell is that? That's exactly what Tyson Fury is saying. Hey, I beat 1 guy. Oh no, I beat 2, so I'm considered the best, and everyone else hasn't fought anyone. That's bullshit. Okay? At the end of the day, it's BS. So I think Tyson Fury needs to understand what it means to be a champion first before making assumptions or critiquing other champions. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this particular video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.